Do you know that everyone dreams using the same symbols all over the world? Well, of course you do. I interpret dreams from all over the world on this show all of the time. And our featured dream today is from Orchlon in Mongolia. It doesn't matter where you land on the planet, your spiritual mission is still the same. Welcome to the Dream Interpretation Podcast with Michael and Sandy.
Hello.
This is another half hour of us eavesdropping on the very personal communication between the spirit world and dreamers. If you want to know what you're meant to be doing in your life right now, at this very moment, then look no further than your dreams. To get your dream analysed on our show, go to dream-analysis.com/podcast. That's it. That's all you have to do. We are super excited because in just 4 days' time, we begin our Dream Interpretation Summit. That's October 7th to 9th. And it's huge, not just in what we deliver, but also in our reach. How many countries so far, Sandy?
I've been so lucky enough, I've been able to see all the countries coming in, and I have counted 17 countries so far, Michael. It's amazing, including every state in the U.S., including Hawaii. So we've got people coming in from England, Canada, Australia, Kenya, Mongolia, Denmark, Chile, Ireland, Sweden, Germany, Austria, Switzerland, Mexico, New Zealand, Portugal, and of course, like I said, every state in the U.S. It is so exciting.
Every state in the U.S., Sandy? I don't think it could be
every state. Yes.
Well,
I'm the one shipping
I know
out the
you
mail.
are. I know you are. But I'm the one that argues with you about everything. So I have to play my role. We have added so much more to what we're delivering this year, and I'm afraid it might be too much. It's not a fire hose of information, don't worry there. Regardless of your existing level of dream work, you will get a lot out of this weekend. And remember, it is recorded and you get the recordings for free this year. So sign up, even if you can't make it live. Just let us know you won't be there on the day and we will make sure that you get the recordings. Sandy, I'm so busy preparing, I don't think I'll be able to make the gym on Wednesday. And I know it's leg day, your favourite.
Yeah.
Well,
say what you want, but it's going to be a good workout.
do you know what I hate? Well, apart from Martians, because they're just mean. I hate events that don't really give you anything except a lot of hype. And because I hate that, I never do it. If you attend our 3-day event or watch all of the recordings, your dream interpretation game will be at a new level. We give you the tools to improve your understanding and perspective during the summit. If you've never do anything else with us, you will still have given yourself an extreme advantage in life because dreams help you to live your life and to heal your pains. Let me summarize what you get on this free summit. And of course, to sign up, go to dream-analysis.com/free. So, taste of day one. This is intimate with just Sandy and me on the stage. I explain the meaning of 3 of the most common dreams. Do you have any of these? Well, if you do, you'll know why. Of course, Sandy and I introduce ourselves and we tell you why we do what we do. I reveal what got me started on my path and how I discovered the real value of dreams. I tried a lot of things before I discovered how dream interpretation really works. I took dream interpretation classes that were worthless. I've been there, and I aim to save you from a similar fate. There is far too much nonsense written about dreams, both in books and on the web and in podcasts. Why do we dream? Well, I explain what dreams actually tell us and why. Have you ever wondered why you dream in symbols rather than your native language? Well, not anymore. We cover that. Symbols are the workhorse of dreams. That's really what day one is about. But did you know not all dream symbols are created equal? The most important symbol in every dream reveals the subject matter. It's the king. All other symbols then comment and pay their respects to the king. This is gold. This is the fundamental structure of the language. I show this in operation by breaking down a complex dream. When viewed correctly, the dream's meaning is so easily revealed. Are all symbols relevant in a dream? Should some symbols be ignored? Well, the answer is yes, they should. And I show you which symbols to ignore and which deserve a king's respect. We finish day one with me answering your questions about your dreams. Unlike most dream experts, I tell you what your dreams mean and why they mean what I say.
Wow. And this is the part that I love most. This is the most intimate part of our weekend. I field the questions you put in the chat, or I'll let you take the stage with Michael and you can talk directly to him. I enjoy this part last year a lot. You interpreted participants' dreams and answered their questions for hours, Michael. It was amazing. We never know the questions we're going to get, so it keeps you on your toes, and I like that. We do have Q&A throughout the weekend, but it is generally Q&A about the topic that we just covered. And this Q&A is open, and it is great to have it at the start. So it's an open playing field. I love it. All right, Michael, back to you.
Day 2 is my favorite day. We reveal secrets about dreams that you just won't find anywhere else. Everything is energy. You've heard that before. But did you know that is all your dreams talk about? What? I mean, what? Well, it's true. And today, on day 2, we grab your attention right out of the gate. I was going to say something else, but Sandy wouldn't let me. We show you how and why dreams link everything back to masculine and feminine energy. This alone is priceless. When you understand this, you begin to understand every challenge in your life. Things like why your career is not working out, why your relationships are not working out, why there are issues with your health. I can say without bias, this part of the weekend gets people to sit up straight. Now, I know what you're thinking. If my own dreams show that everything is energy, does that mean I'm as smart as Einstein? No, but your dreams are.
It's the Ashling School mission to change how the world views and interprets dreams. If you want to attend but cannot afford the refundable deposit, email me, Sandy, S-A-N-D-Y, at ashlingschool.com for a code to bypass the deposit. Be more than glad to give that to you. And I really hope to see you there. And don't forget to go sign up now at dream-analysis.com/free. Do it now. It's coming up on Friday, and I don't want you to forget.
Day 2 just gets better and better. Is it possible that you have psychic gifts? Could you really be that special? Well, we introduce you to how dreams reveal your gifts so you can tell for yourself, and we do it in a super cool way. This is the most fun part of the weekend. We show you how to interpret symbols you've never seen before. Hey, don't knock it. We guarantee you can do it. We put a symbol on the screen during each break, and after the break, you will tell us what that symbol means. How can you do that? Because we show you how. That's how. I know what you're thinking. That's impossible. I'm really good at this mind reading. Well, it only remains impossible if you don't register.
Once again, don't forget dream-analysis.com/free.
What is the most important thing you've ever done? What is so important that you celebrate its anniversary every year? Yeah, it's your birth. You understand why people who love you help you celebrate your birthday. But did you know that your dreams celebrate it even more? I mean, a lot more. The second most common theme in your dreams is your birth. Let that sink in. How can something you have no memory of keep showing up in your dreams? It's mad. Well, let me stop you right there, Sherlock. Sure, you have no conscious memory of it because your brain was not developed enough. But you have strong memories of it, all right. Subconscious ones. I mean, you were there. You can definitely tick that box. And here's the thing. Your subconscious memories are the ones that control your life. Let me explain. You want to be rich? It doesn't matter if your subconscious mind doesn't believe you can be. You want to be loved? Well, it doesn't matter if your subconscious mind doesn't believe you can be. You want to be successful? Well, it doesn't matter if your subconscious mind doesn't believe you can be. Do you see where this is going? Your subconscious mind is the creator of your reality, your universe, and it was fully functional on day 1, soaking in all the experiences and establishing your paradigm view of the world based on those experiences, establishing the very belief system that will likely hold true for the rest of your life. Wait, Michael, are you saying that my view of the world from childhood as an infant is somehow stuck with me and controlling my destiny? No, of course I'm not. Your dreams are saying that. And that's much more important. Why? Because your dreams show what holds you back in order to empower you so that you can fix it. It's part of a plan, almost like you would say it was designed to help heal you at a soul level. It's why you are here. For example, Helen dreamed she couldn't dial her mom's number correctly on her phone. This dream reveals Helen's difficulty with making emotional connections with others. Helen shared that this has always been her issue. Since birth, mom put her own feelings ahead of hers. In childhood, Helen learned that her feelings were unimportant and carried that into her adult life. And it's not easy to break, but you can. For Helen, the dream revealed what she most needed to work on, what she came into this life, indeed, to work on. And the good news is that dreams reveal the cause of your specific issues, your core wound. Knowing the cause and the wound allows you to properly address your issue. Whether you realize it or not, your birth features in hundreds of your dreams each year. If you want to see this for yourself, join our free event this Friday, dream-analysis.com/free. Like I said, just 4 days to go. If you're not signed up, I have 2 questions. Why? And what are you doing listening to this show? On day 3, we talk about how dreams help with your career, with real dreams and the people who benefited from their dreams' wisdom. But I will save the details of that. Just imagine it is an amazing, amazing thing. And then multiply your imaginationings by 23.7 and you'll be right. It will be that amazing. We also have Ann Tucker on day 3 live to do amazing angel healing.
Oh my, that is incredible. I am so excited about that. And we have April Angel and Holly Betros, who are also key to this weekend. We could not do it without them. They hold the stage and do Q&A throughout. If you want to see them in action at their very best, you know what to do. Go to dream-analysis.com/free. Alrighty, Michael. It looks like it's time for you to earn your keep. Are you ready to dive in? Are you ready for a dream?
Of course.
Alrighty. So this is a dream from Orchlon in Mongolia. And it doesn't have a title. So let's just dive in. Someone, my dad's teacher, who I also worked with and is really rude and mean, turned into my grandmother and was putting sheep tail into the fire. And also saying there was cucumber prepared and said will be put in next with fire tongue. We call it scissors. And I was thinking about the fire god. All right, Michael, good luck on that.
Okay, so we agreed in advance we would just do one paragraph of this dream at a time. Actually, what she sent in is a number of dreams, so there are points where it becomes a new dream, but that's okay. So her dad's teacher was female, so that's important. So all of her dreams are pretty much talking about her feminine side, feminine energy, and therefore are going to connect things to mom, or let's say via having women show up in the dreams are going to connect it to feminine energy. And the sheep tail into the fire. Fire is another symbol for feminine energy and emotions and so on. So putting a sheep tail into it is about, it tells us that she was timid in her past, and it still is to a degree, shy, reserved, hides her true feelings, that kind of thing. And we know it's about the past because it's a tail. Tails are behind us. So putting that into the past, it's about eliminating the things that cause you to be emotionally reserved, and that's a focus. And then we also have the fire god. So we have a teacher. So we know with a teacher showing up in the dream that the dreamer herself is a spiritual leader. And then we have a fire god. So a god is also a spiritual leader, in case you were wondering. So we can then put 2 and 2 together and say that she's having dreams about her feminine energy because she needs that in order to step into using the gift that she has. And when I was talking to her, I channeled, and she's at the guide level already. So when I see gods mentioned in dreams, it always prompts me to channel and see where they are. Is this person maybe even already an angel? Which is really cool for that dreamer. But I'll tell you a little bit more about her life as we continue on. What's the next piece?
It was a kid's birthday party outside, and I was bringing fizzy drinks with someone. But they said they only wanted big bottles and also only Coke, and wanted to return them. So I went back to the king, the kid's dad, I think, and explained if he wanted Coke, We only have the gray ones. And we called the other person back over to take the drinks. And I said, children can't hold or drink these big bottles anyways. And it was dark. So I was walking in the direction I was holding someone's hand.
Okay, so celebrating a birthday party in a dream. So a kid's birthday party in a dream is about her. Of course, it's about her birth, and that's what it's all about. She's bringing the fizzy drinks with someone, but they said they only want big bottles. That's okay, but only Coke. Coke is negative in a dream because of its dark color, and also because of the word Coke, as in cocaine. It's like it represents a drug and suppressing your emotions. So it's the same thing to see, but we also see the bottles of Coke are grey, and the grey colour means exactly the same thing. So even if you didn't pick on Coke, then the grey colour is going to tell us that Orchlon suppresses her expressing her feelings. What else we got in here that's interesting? We have a king. We have a king showing up, and the king wants these particular drinks. So we have teachers, gods, and kings. So we see the accumulation in the dream of symbols that are all about her having a spiritual leadership ability, and that's exactly what it's about. That's what she needs to focus on. But she has the grey bottles that she wants to give to the king, so she's suppressing her feminine side, which also suppresses her spiritual leadership side. What have we got next?
All righty, Michael, are you ready for the next part? That was good. And so my son was there, 5 years old, in the dark, wearing a cape and whirling and saying, look. I was talking and saying, like, come here. He was on the ground drawing with probably pink and blue, maybe clouds. And my mom was saying, so paint it so, in a mean tone. And that made me upset, and I started packing up the paints and crayons and said, you wouldn't have said it to my twin. You have to criticize me always. And someone with her said, oh, she wouldn't say that? And I thought, or said, oh, she would.
All right. So now
Michael.
So now we're getting to the crux of it. We know it's about mom. We knew it's about mom because women were featuring so early in the dream. And we know it's about spiritual leadership, which is why the king is there. Well, ideally, it would be a queen. That would be better. It's also, she's in the dark. She says it's dark outside in the second paragraph, and continues on with it being dark. So we know that when it comes to what she needs to do next, even though she's doing a lot of work on herself, she's still a little bit in the dark. She still has to figure out what it is. She says her son is 5 years old in the dream. That is his real age. So that means this is the age where she decided to stop playing like a child. We'll see this in the dream. So one thing that's interesting is she said that the son is 5 years old, wearing a cape and twirling and saying, look. So who wears a cape? Heroes wear a cape. So the dreamer's a cape. So at that age, she realized she was important. She knew she was important. But then because of this interaction with her mom, she gets upset and she picks up the paint and the crayons, and that's it. So it's like, that's it. That's the time when everything stopped for me. Everything stopped being fun. Age 5, approximately. So that's when she has to do some work. She is a twin in reality. And even though she's an identical twin, her mom adores her sister. And her mom is always talking about how beautiful her sister is. And obviously that's extremely hurtful, especially when you look in the mirror and you can't tell the difference between you and your sister, and you never get told that. That seems kind of crazy. But sometimes people are crazy. What else have we got that we want to say in here? Yeah, one thing that's interesting is her grandmother helped raise her. In fact, an aunt helped raise her. Mom and dad were 20 when the twins were born, and they gave the kids to the grandmother, but an aunt came along and helped raise them. And she was great. She was great, but the grandmother wasn't. Grandmother was quite mean. And so we see the negative females showing up in the dream. We see the grandmother at the start, and then we see mom and the way she was. Now, it doesn't matter if it's not true. Now, it is true, but it wouldn't matter if it wasn't true. It's whatever your perception is as a child. That's what counts. It's not what your parents' perception is that counts. It's just yours, because that's what sets up your paradigm view of the world, and that's what you have to work on. So mom criticizing the dreamer always in childhood, and not criticizing a sibling, it's just doubly bad. And that's where the real issue is. That's where we have to do all the work. So I think it now moves on to another dream, even though it doesn't say that, Sandy, but let's read this one out.
All righty, Michael. That was excellent. So the next part is very long, and I'm going to read it. Let's go. In a gallery or a museum or an ancient place, someone was looking for a black binder about someone fat, and it contained a photo or information of the fat man assaulting or doing sexual things to a girl or so. A few binders or bags. I was thinking to put it back. It was time for someone to come over. Now at home, and hurriedly put it back, but the photo was ripped or so, and I was worried putting the binder back the wrong way and put it back up in the cupboard. And as I was putting back, there was a knock. My mom and my son were there, and I pretended I didn't hear the door. Mom was probably in the bathroom, and she went over to the door and looked at the peephole and could see my eye reflection and opened the door. It was my aunt with her child and someone else. The child was probably 7 months old, and I was hugging or carrying the child. And my aunt was on the phone with her husband about bringing something to the child's teacher at school number 18 because they didn't give anything to teachers. And also I have someone stick it with a glue before and tell the teacher it was glued, but waited for a while. Okay, Michael, at you.
All right. So it was the mom saw her own eye reflection, not the dreamer's. I'm going to skip parts of this because we're looking at the time. So the museum or ancient place and the black binder, I'm sure that's intriguing. That's going to be some past life. That's what museums are always about. They're celebrating. Often it's about celebrating the best of us from the past. But a black binder is not going to be the best. It's going to be something really negative. And then we see a fat man assaulting a girl. And so this is about her being assaulted in a past life. And we know it's a past life because it's a binder. It's like the story of what went on before. And this is something that she's carrying with her into this lifetime. That's why she has the binder there. But it's in the closet or cupboard, as she calls it. Do realize, of course, English isn't her first language. But it still emphasizes the fact that the language of dreams is the same regardless of your native language. And I absolutely love that it emphasizes that. And she's afraid to look at this. She's afraid to bring it out. And when I asked her, how does this show up in her life today? And she said her daughter is 2.5 and she is afraid to ever leave her out of her sight because she's always afraid something's going to happen. But yet there's no reason for her to be thinking that because nothing ever happened to her. But she just puzzles her. Why does she have this? Why does she have this? And this dream gives the answer because it did happen in a former life to her. And I've seen that before in many people's dreams. It's like a continuation into this lifetime where you have to heal that past trauma in this one, one where you're not suffering that same way. And then the next part about teacher, we know she's a spiritual leader and that's what the teacher represents, but the teacher didn't get a gift and they were meant to bring something to the teacher. And she's saying, okay, we're going to have to fix this. So it's like my gift is broken because it's all centers around the teacher. My gift is broken. My gift of spiritual leadership needs to be healed. And bringing it then to the teacher is perfect because that's exactly what she needs to do. That would be showing respect for her own gift. And she says in the dream that already was not done, but she's fixing that now. So I really like that part of the dream. So this next dream, very short, Sandy.
My mom was telling my son would go with her to the countryside in the car with her.
Okay, so very short dream. Tells us that she has issues with mom because she's got mom in the dream. Tells us the age the issues are at because the son is 5 years old and is with the mom. And then go to the countryside. That's really important. The location, the countryside is about being open. It's a symbol for the heart, just like many other symbols in her dreams are. And so it's saying work on issues with your mom. That's your goal because driving a car is about striving towards a goal. Your goal is to deal with the issues around mom so that you can open your heart or stop protecting your heart again. And I know in the dream its mom is telling the son that she's going to drive to the countryside, but it's really about how when it comes to your heart, your mom is in the driving seat. So that's what you have to fix. So it's a lovely little dream, really punchy, punches above its weight. I think a lot of small dreams really punch above their weight. So what's our next one?
All righty. So this looks like this will be the last dream we'll have time for today, but I thought it was interesting, so I'm glad you added it. So 3 people walked through the door. 2 were in wheelchairs with tiny feet and tiny shoes. Side comment, I thought it must be because they don't walk. Michael, this one will be a mystery for you. Let's see what you have to say.
Okay, 3 people is about commitment. It's usually a heart kind of thing, commitment. 3 people walk through a door, so that's an opportunity. So she has an opportunity in front of her. She says 2 were in wheelchairs. So women in wheelchairs, as I asked were they all women, she said they were. Women in wheelchairs represent a handicap with your feminine energy. And that's what she needs to work on. And she said they had tiny feet and tiny shoes. So again, they're not kids, but the tiny feet and tiny shoes says this comes from your childhood and also makes you ill-equipped to move forward using your feminine energy. That's what you got to work on. But again, another short little dream that tells us what the real issue is. And of course, all these dreams only make sense within the context of the dreamer's life. So when you understand a dream and you're talking to the dreamer, that's the really important piece. What comes up? What does the dream make come up in your mind about your childhood, about age 5 and so on, about how your mom was? When I say, what are the issues with mom? You're going to know what it is. And so then you know what the dream is about and what it's trying to heal. But lovely dreams, translated for us, I think mostly through Google Translate or something like that. But it was great talking to her. And we are now out of time.
All righty. Well, do you know what, Michael? Do you know what tomorrow is? Tomorrow is your first Tuesday of October, and it's your free dream clinic at noon. So I believe that's at www.dream-analysis.com/clinic. So hopefully we'll get a lot of people there tomorrow and get everybody prepared for this weekend, which I'm so excited about. I'm going to say bye, and I'll say back to you.
All right. We'll see you at the Dream Clinic tomorrow. Thanks everybody who shows up to that. dream-analysis.com/clinic. Bring your dreams, raise your hand. I'll ask you what the dream is and tell you what it means.